All right, so today we have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Lelia Stina. I met Lelia probably 2 months ago or so.
Yeah.
You had just received your diagnosis and you were about to start your radiation treatments.
That's right.
And you shared some amazing insight and an amazing plan of how you were going to move forward with this. And it really warmed my heart. And I know that the people that are watching this video, it's going to touch their heart and give them inspiration and encouragement as well. So thank you for doing 7 questions with Summit Quest.
Sure.
And we'll start off with a very easy question. Number 1, Lelia, will you just tell us a little bit about who you are?
Okay. I'm Lelia Stina. I was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, 43 years ago. I came to United States in 2002. I was just 24 years old and I became an international student as English my second language. And I have a bright future in front of me. I'm very excited about it. Along the way, I met my husband Michael in New York City in 2003. And we have a lot of fun. And we travel around, and in 2010 my first son Luca came, and when he came and motherhood came and all that, we were joining family and we moved to Rome, Georgia, and we purchased our little farmhouse in Shannon, and it's been working hard towards our goal and future and building a family. In 2014, Liam came and he complete our family together, and we've been happily, working the land. All my life, pretty much 2 decades, I have enjoyed and love the hospitality business. I learned the profession actually in New York City. In Argentina, I was doing tourism, adventure tourism, and that's my connection more with nature and with people as well. And in New York, I really enjoy serving people, right? And I think that being so far from my own culture and observe how people were interacting around food is what the most common relationship that I could have and develop. So beyond the culture differences, that was my communion by then with the American culture. And I worked for different owners, restaurant owners with different nationalities, and I learned from each of them so much, not only recipes, but also bonds that you develop with humans. And one in common was food, and I take that very close to my heart. I love growing food and serving food and enjoying food together. I think that that's something very special. That brings also some of another question, right?
Sure. So the number 2, the second question?
Okay.
The second question would be, can you share a little bit about how cancer's impacted your life and maybe the treatment plan that you're currently on?
Yeah.
Or that you just completed?
Well, I did a proton treatment in the Emory Center in Atlanta, and I'm happy with the decision that my husband and I took with that, knowing that I will receive the best treatment for my diagnosis as possible. There was not a proton center in Rome, Georgia, so I have to travel to Atlanta every day. I knew that will be intense, being in the car every day, that it will take a commitment, not only from me, but for the driver, right? And evaluating, I'm a planner, I love planning, I love really setting goals and go there. And so I pretty much received my 6 weeks treatment, and I said I have already spoke with some friends, and I booked the 6 weeks with different drivers that are friends. So I wish actually we did like a video camera in each ride, because there were some conversations that they were awesome. Right. And we should have like a podcast about going to Atlanta. Right. And it was great. It was another way to bond. At the end of it, it was very tiring. The radiation gets accumulating, and really you start understanding what radiation does to you, right? In the beginning, you don't really grasp it because you don't feel much. But really, the last week is really intense. Sure. But I have an amazing support system, and another thing that have been coping with me is some essential oils. Right. So smelling flowers and smelling herbs help me a lot to deal with nausea and even any kind of discomfort. It really feels nice to smell lavender or eucalyptus. It opens you up. The community.
Okay, I'm going to stop you real quick. Can we go back a little bit, and can you share a little bit, maybe more in detail, what was your diagnosis? How did that come about?
I started late 2020, fall of 2020, having some vision problems. I thought that the vision was an astigmatism that I have on my left eye, that I'm being on my 40s, and I thought that was, I need maybe a little power in the glasses. And I was advised by my primary physician to go to an ophthalmologist. So I make my appointment, and just for abundant of what's the word? Caution. Yeah, caution. They said, let's make sure that we don't have any life-threatening issues behind why I see a nerve that is not properly working. Sure, you look healthy, you're fine, sure, no problem. We did blood work, and we did an MRI. The MRI came up with a tumor in the brainstem that is a glioma. So the diagnosis is a glioma inside the brainstem, because it's in the brainstem and it's diffused with good cells. The medical professionals learn that no one really need to mess up really with the brainstem, because they do such important functions that it will leave you on a breather or not walking. It's such a primer functions in their neuron that they don't know. They just learn that they can't even touch it.
So no surgery options.
No surgery options. So on that, I personally think that I'm lucky that I don't have to go to a brain surgery. Or maybe it's just me, really my way of seeing life. Sure. I don't think that I was unlucky on knowing that nobody can really touch me on that, because going to a brain surgery, it might be really intense, not only for you but for your family. So at least I saved that part.
Sure.
The glioma, they don't know much about it because they cannot do a biopsy, or they cannot extract anything from it. So it's all about observation. So they took 2 MRIs in the beginning, and now after radiation, they're gonna wait 4 weeks. After the 4 weeks that the radiation continue their treatment, they'll do a new MRI and they will have a new baseline. Through a new baseline and then more blood work, they will determine the chemotherapy treatment. And that can go from 1 year to 6 months to 1 year, depending. That will be on the oncologist doctor. Therefore, the optimism is that the radiation will shrink the tumor to minuscule sizes and maybe bust it off, right? Hopefully the protons and all these atoms in my head is something and bust it all, and then the chemotherapy goes on the chemical level, stopping the regeneration of cancer cells. And hopefully I'm healing internally too. And if there is an emotional aspect of this, also redeem it. Right? Sure. And I think that that's part of the journey and learning about what this brings you to you. Right. So that's the diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. Now your chemotherapy, when it begins, that will also be in Atlanta?
No, they give you a pill that is on a 20-day cycle, and it's kind of a birth control pill that you have 5 days on, 23 off, and they give it to you. I mean, the regular checkups will be in Atlanta, but not every day, and I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy. It's been great, the 6 week, but at the end of it, I said, I done it, but it was like going to work, a commitment, and it got tired.
Right, sure.
And even the kiddos were saying, Mommy, it's gonna be Friday, and it's your last day of treatment. Sure. Everybody cheered me. I received flowers, I received a poster with balloons. Wow. The kids put the balloons all over the dining room. It was like a birthday party.
Sure. So during this, question number 3, what we have is you just completed your first round, so your 6 weeks of radiation treatments, and you shared a little bit about this, but what did you find the most challenging? Was the transportation, going back and forth, do you feel like that was the most challenging aspect of it?
No, I had really good people committed to drive me and want to be with me and hang out with me, and actually we went out to have coffee, and or afterwards to grab dinner, or we just shoot back to town because we wanted to see our kids, because we were 2 moms catching up. That part, actually, the experience of sharing with my drivers, I keep it very close to my heart.
Sure.
I think that the challenge was staying strong.
Staying strong. Yeah. All right, so question number 4.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit more about how your friends in the community have rallied around you to show support?
Oh my God, I don't have words to explain. It's been overwhelming, wonderful. The community, and not only Rome community, people from all over the world that know us. In different time in our lives, people that I haven't seen in 10 years or more, that I haven't catch up with them, they all came to support us, came from the nowhere. The word is spread like fire, and in a very, very short time, it was amazing how people can do together. I will be writing thank you letters for a long time. Yeah, they all came up in invaluable ways. Dropping dinner, all my favorite Argentinian food. They make empanadas and they drop it one day. Grocery gift cards, like amazing. Just watching my oldest for soccer while we were coming from an appointment on the doctor, or watching the little one. the teachers in the school saying, don't worry, we keep them longer. I know that you are in traffic. In many ways.
Sure.
Medical professionals that are Luke and Liam's doctor reaching out saying, know that I will look forward to your kids. Amazing, amazing.
Wow. You definitely have a group of people that have rallied behind you and beside you, and I think that just speaks a lot about the friendships that your family has made through your journeys and through the different things that you guys have been involved with within the community. You guys never asked for anything. When people found out you were going through this journey, I mean, it was amazing. Everyone wanted to see, what can I do to help? And that speaks a lot to I think your heart and how you've touched so many people in this community. So that's been amazing to see from the outside. Question 5. It is very evident that you are an amazing mom. Would you feel comfortable sharing a little bit on your thoughts about how a parent can speak to their children about a cancer journey, and what is some advice that you may have?
Well, our kids know that mommy needed a treatment because mommy's vision wasn't good enough, and she needed radio waves. I have a 10-year-old that he's really, advanced with the computer, and he can go in Google and do research. He does research for school, so he can research what's going on. They are super smart. They listen when we talk. So we just didn't use some words, and to don't trigger any. And we actually, let me rewind. When we got diagnosed, we went to Rocky Mountain State Park, and we went walking in nature, and we sat them on a picnic table and around nature that is no home, and we tell them, oh, Mom, you remember mommy complaining about the eye? And we told them, mommy is gonna need a treatment, and things are not gonna change. You're gonna keep going to soccer. You're gonna have your routine, so they know that their routine is not being messed up, right? And if you have any questions, come to mommy and daddy, and they will tell you what's going on. Just ask us the questions. So we reduce some of the trigger words, and we explain what's going on, and they have accepted what we said and cheer me all the way when I was going through the treatment, knowing like they will ask Papa to hurry up so they could see me before I was taking off, and they give me a big hug, or wanted to stay a little later because I was just arriving before reading time. And it was, I wasn't seeing them much, but those moments made it through. And for them, I was coming and, just reading the book to Liam, and tell, oh, Luca, you had a good day today. She's catching up. It was good enough to keep the day going. And they are kids. They live in their own world, and they should be like that. And we are not gonna put any more worries that they shouldn't until time changes and times arrive for other things to be talked about. But right now, it's not needed. They have their mama, and I'm here, and I'm gonna read them their books, and I'm gonna tell them that it's okay. And if they have questions, I'm gonna tell them honestly, that things are going well so far.
Sure. Well, I think that's amazing that you guys created that safe space, that honest space, because kids are smart. They do know if something's like, why all of a sudden is mom driving to Atlanta, every day of the week? And if a lot of times if you don't provide those answers, then they'll come up with their answers. And their answers may be way off base, and then they have anxiety and worry. So I definitely applaud you guys for taking that route. You also shared a story with me a few weeks ago about at one point you had to wear a patch.
Yes.
For your eye, but then also like how you turned that into almost something that was comical around your house. Can you share anything about that?
Well, my husband started like as a joke. Lelia, if you were seeing double, I can give you my hunting patch. And I said, oh, come on, it will look really sexy on you. Come on, wear the patch. Wear the patch to watch the movies with the kids. Actually, he put it in my car, and because at that time in the beginning of it, I still driving, and it says use it. I never use it, and I stopped driving as soon as the doctor says that I shouldn't be driving. Anyhow, the patch was there, and I watch a movie. Is that personally, I like the whole scene, everything, it would become really funny because, oh, Mama is super cool.
Right.
She is wearing an eye patch.
Right. Did they call you a pirate or something? Your kids call you a pirate? You were telling me about a story about when you were watching a movie or something.
The pirate,
sure.
Yes, probably.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't recall it right
but
now.
I just think it's, again, though, you guys trying to take, the seriousness out of the situation to where you still laughed about it and the kids got involved and
there is too much seriousness around.
Yeah, in the whole world. I would agree with that. All right, so question number 6. When I think it was the first or the second time we met, you shared a story with me about a simple experience, but that carries such a great impact. And that story was about cooking pancakes for your kids early one morning before school. Now this is after you've received your diagnosis and you were getting ready to start your treatment journey, and you had made a decision, and that decision kind of comes together with the pancakes. So can you share that story with us?
Absolutely. It was Monday or Tuesday from the following week where we just got diagnosed. I just got diagnosed, and I remember that I wasn't sleeping much. So I was raising up really early when everything was quiet, and I have a sense of certainty that I wanted to cook pancakes for my kids that day. Usually I do it when I could, and mostly end up being on a Sunday or a Saturday morning that I have to go to work later on. So really never ever was on a weekday, on a school day, that I would have the time to actually cook pancakes from scratch. So, because if I'm going to work, it's everything on a go, let's go. So that was totally out of the schedule. And this morning, I said, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna make pancakes, I'm gonna spoil my kids, I'm gonna smell the whole kitchen pancakes. I do it from the scratch. I start making pancakes, and Luca comes downstairs smelling big and saying, Mama, smell pancakes on a school day? And he says, come on, Luca, come on. He's always the first one rising. Say, come on. He ate 3. Breakfast goes by. Michael comes downstairs with his morning mood and says, I don't understand why you are so forceful this morning. And get you coffee. The steroids keep me really up going. Everybody had a great time. They go to school, they go to work. That night, when I'm tackling Luca into the bed, he says, Mommy, he looked at me at the eyes and he says, Mommy, you really surprised me today with the pancake. Thank you so much. And that was the moment that I thought, oh my goodness, this kid had a very special day just by the pancakes. Sure. We surprised him, and he made me feel appreciated at the time that he was going to sleep, telling me, Mommy, thank you for the pancakes, Right. And And I said, okay, so this is all what it's about. And that's how I really had the moment of I said, this is what it's about. From now on, they are telling you, make memories. And there are a lot of things that they are telling you that are kind of phrases. And then sticks in your head, and you're trying to find the understanding, right? The acceptancy. And Luca gave it to me.
And how old is he?
He's doing great. Now they actually challenge me, and I have to make crepes.
Oh, no.
So I tried crepes a couple times.
Sure.
They gave me an 8 over 10, so I guess
that's
that
pretty
I'm
good.
okay.
That's pretty good. Now, how old is he?
10.
He's 10.
Yes.
The wisdom that he was able to share,
Yes.
I mean, it's just amazing. When you shared that story with me, this has been maybe, I guess,
2 months, yeah.
It just dug into my heart in so many different ways. Pancakes on a school day. And it's the whole statement. It's the pancakes. It's you getting up. And from scratch, I applaud you for that. It wasn't Eggos. It wasn't microwave pancakes. It wasn't waffles in the toaster. Pancakes from scratch. Those pancakes were such an act of love. And then on a school day, because I have twin boys, my wife and I have twin boys that are almost 8, and anybody who has kids and on a school day carries a lot of significance, because it's trying to drag people out of bed, trying to get them dressed, trying to get them just any sort of breakfast to get them to lunch, finding school books. It's chaos. It's crazy. Even if you try to set everything up the night before, it's just tough to get kids.
And always something happens.
Always something happens. So I think the pancakes with the love, and that love that's, I mean, there's no doubt your kids know you love them and care about them and all those other things. But the pancakes on a school day is, even in the craziness of a school day, even in the craziness of you receiving the news that you had received, and the nervousness and the craziness of knowing the journey that you were about to start, that the pancakes were there. The love is there. And I just applaud you for the actions of making pancakes on a school day, but also the meaningfulness of that simple statement, pancakes on a school day. And that challenged me, and I think it will challenge anybody who sees this video or anyone who hears that message, to create those moments of pancakes on a school day. Those unexpected moments of, let's enjoy this, let's embrace this, and then let's recognize this as a special time. So I love that. I love that story so much. And thank you for sharing that. So going back a little bit more with pancakes, our last question. I know that some people are planning an amazing fundraiser that will benefit you and your family. And it is being hosted by Harvest Moon and the Montessori School. Can you share a little bit about the details and how people can get plugged into that fundraiser and what that is going to look like?
So I'm honored that I work for Harvest Moon Cafe since 2012, and Luke and Liam been in Montessori school since they are 18 months. So both organizations got together and in honor of moms, and on May 1st of 2021, they are going to host a brunch in the Balloon Forest place in downtown Rome. And everybody's welcome. The whole community is welcome, and I hope to see everybody, right? The idea is May 1st, it's spring, Mother's Day is approaching. We want to call the moms and have pancakes with their kids. The adolescent class of Montessori School is gonna be working along Harvest Moon and other donors that have been supporting the food that we are gonna be cooking, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. And we are not gonna have our children with us, but we're gonna have all our friends with us, and it's gonna be from 8 to 12 on Saturday, May the 1st. And the tickets are available in Montessori or the restaurant at Harvest Moon, and there is also a link online.
So you can buy your tickets online.
That you can
Okay.
buy your tickets online on
Eventbrite?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. And it's hooked on the Facebook event from Montessori School. And pretty much that's it. I'm very excited to be having breakfast with everybody and, you know, celebrating Mother's Day.
Sure.
You know, in Montessori School, we have a tradition that on May 1st, we all get together in celebration of Mother's Day and we exchange a branch of May, which is super sweet, and the kids sing a very gorgeous song that is, I will bring you a branch of May. I'm not gonna sing because the screen will break, but the kids are amazing when they do it. And this is my thing. If you guys want to bring the branch of May, we will exchange between us. And remember what we do with our kids. That is amazing. You know, the kids love that.
Wow.
Brings a really nice spring scene.
Sure. So Saturday, May 1st from 8 to 12, there'll be a brunch, pancakes, and breakfast items. And if it's okay, we're going to do a link at the end of this video so people can click that link, hopefully, and they can get their tickets and they can come be a part of this. I think that will just be a wonderful time. And that's awesome that Harvest Moon and Montessori School, they're working together to do that. And again, showing how big of an impact you and your family have had on the community and how they want to step up and help you guys. So I just want to tell you thank you so much for coming and sharing your heart and sharing your story.
William, you are awesome. Thank you. You've been great all the way.
Thank you.
It's been great. I can't believe it that I didn't meet you before.
Well, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so we do have something small. We want to kind of share this with you. Based on, again, that interaction that we had in the story that you shared about pancakes on a school day, I'm telling you, it just really just dug into my heart. And so what we have is pancakes on a school day shirt.
I'm gonna put it on.
What we want to do.
Wow, that's an amazing design. Look at that. Luke is gonna love it.
Yeah, well, we've got some kids shirts, and we actually have 2 big boxes, and we want to give those to you and your family. And if you guys want to sell those at the pancake breakfast, maybe that can help you guys out. And then we also have some awesome stickers made, and so we want to get those to you.
Thank you so much.
And just try to give you a little encouragement
Thank you so
along your
much.
journey. So thank you again for sharing, and thank you for being the person that you are. And let's all just keep making our pancakes and having pancakes on a school day, making memories with our kids and our loved ones and those that we hold dear to our heart. So thank you so much for sharing.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you.